So welcome to the video today, y'all. I know I'm not the only one who's done this. I know many of us have done this and maybe still doing it as well. But just know that when you're improving yourself and you're doing what you need to do for yourself, you're making yourself feel good. You're making yourself look good. You're making yourself more knowledgeable, whatever it is that you're trying to do. And you don't have to prove yourself to anybody that you're doing any of those things. For them, it does not matter, to be honest. Unless they're directly affected by something that you're doing that's going to harm them in some type of way. Usually when we're working on ourselves and doing things for ourselves, it's not going to harm anybody else. The only thing that's going to harm somebody is that you telling them no, because you set stronger boundaries. And they may not like that, but that's okay too. But just know that, like I said, definitely work on improving yourself. I try my best to my knowledge, to my best of my ability, to try to work on myself every single day. Every single day. Even if it's just learning something new. It don't have to be anything big. I'm reading 15 books a month. It's nothing like that at all. I'm working on the best Tonetta that I can be. The best, having the most. I can't say sometimes I do still have negative mindsets, but of course I'm working on that too, trying to, of course, increase the more positive ones. But I know how now, yes, while we're all going to have that negativity come up, I've learned how to, of course, stop myself when it does come up, to switch my mind to something else very, very fast. Like I said, that's the way that I work on myself. Like I said, I work on myself because I want to be the best person that I can be. And I hope that you're doing the same thing for you as well, which I'm sure that you are. But just know that that comes with, of course, responsibility. And then, of course, come with some folks saying they don't like what you're doing. I know you probably heard this all over the internet, I'm sure. Or every day, I'm sure. But just know that it's okay to work on yourself. You don't have to worry about them people. What I know about them people is probably they're not even working on themselves either. They ain't doing nothing. They ain't trying to have better for themselves while you're out here trying to do the doggone thing. Because that's how I feel about myself as well. I'm trying to do the doggone thing. I don't care what they got to say. Them people are only going to tell you the negative because that's all that they expect out of you. And that's all that they expect out of themselves. I say that as well. And thank you for tuning in. Is it he or hi? I'm not sure, but thank you for tuning in as well. But like I said, what I know about them people is they probably jealous that you're working on yourself and doing way better than they are. And yes, they're going to try to bring you down. But just know you don't have to prove anything to anybody. Whatever you're doing for yourself, keep on doing it. Just keep on doing it. Like I said, I don't care if you're reading books. I don't care if you're improving your mindset. I don't care if you're learning how to cook. Whatever it is, keep doing it. I've been a social worker for a little bit over 27 years now. And what I know about people is that once they see you improving yourself, either they're going to stay with you and rock with you and still be your girl or be your guy or whatever the case may be, or they're going to leave you alone. Because they feel that your standards and what you're doing for yourself is higher than what they have for themselves, and they're going to feel bad about it. That's what I know about people. How I know that? Because I've been there too. I ain't just always been this person you see on this video. I, of course, had to work my way up to this. It wasn't overnight at all. It may look that way, but of course it was not overnight at all. I had to do a lot of things, working on my own healing, my own traumas and dramas and all those types of things. But what I know is, like I said again, yes, people did fall off. Some people were, I'm a new Tonetta, quote unquote. I have strengthened my boundaries, and I'm able to tell them, no, I'm not going to do this for them at this time because I don't feel like it. Yeah, they were upset. Okay. That's on them. That's how I look at that. The same way you ask me for something, that's the same way that you can go do the same thing yourself. It's how they know me. It's how that's going now. I put it that way. Like I said, I didn't have to prove myself or keep proving myself to anybody for anything. And I'm not going to. I know what Tonetta or myself, I know what I have within me. I know that I'm a, like I said, woman. I'm 40 now. I'll be 50 years old in September. I have all these experiences, all these lessons, all these things I've education, all these colleges, all this type of stuff up under my belt. But I'm not going to be on here telling everybody every day, I have all this, I have all that. I don't have to prove myself to anybody for those things. I know what I am, and I know whose I am and what I am as well. Yes, I'm God's child. I know that too. And I don't have to spread it all over the news. Okay, if nobody knows or you can't pick it up or that kind of thing, that's okay as well. But I know whose I am and who I am. Like I said, it took me a while to get to this. I guess 49 years and 8 months, I guess, almost. But like I said, definitely it took me a while to get to this. But I know that in me trying to prove to people who I am and constantly make them feel like I'm this person and this kind of thing, and prove all this stuff that I know what I'm talking about, all these types of things, it led me nowhere. But a bunch of me being upset and frustrated because they didn't know what the hell I was talking about, or they didn't understand how I was feeling, or they didn't, or they couldn't have cared less actually, or they were doing it just to put me down because they feel down about themselves. Like I said, what I know about people is a lot of people are going to try to tell you you don't know what you're talking about, all these types of things, especially in the workplace. I've gotten that a lot throughout the years. Oh, but she's too young, she don't know what she's talking about. You have no idea what I have been through, I guess I put it that way. They didn't either, I put it that way either. And like I said, I used to, oh, I've been through this, I've been through that, so I can't tell you what I'm talking about, or I can't tell you this, I know that. I had to stop doing all those things at some point. I don't know what point that was, but like I said, I know now I don't do that at all. It's been at least probably 10 to 15 years, maybe like 10 years. I just don't know like the exact date or time or that type of thing. But I got tired of proving myself to people who could have cared less about what I am and whose I am. All they wanted to do, from what I've seen and what I went through, I guess, in my life, from the folks that wanted me to prove myself to them, they wanted me to do that because they felt bad, like I said, about themselves. They didn't have the credentials, or they didn't have the knowledge, or whatever it was. And then on the flip side of that, some people did that to make me feel bad. I guess they put it that way as well. Now, whether that was intentionally or not, I'm pretty sure it was intentionally, because some of it was discriminatory as well. And I'm sure it was intentionally. Because some folks will make you feel that way because I'm a young black girl coming to this job and think I know how to do all these things that they don't know how to do, or they should have said, or they haven't done, and they feel bad about themselves because of that. That's on them. I'm not here to make everybody feel good at all. I'm here to, of course, speak the truth as I see it, and as I've known in my own life, and of course the clients I've had, those types of things as well, help them to speak their own truth as well, and be the persons that they be the best person that they can be, because I know we have it all in them. But like I said, it's not my job to prove to anybody what all the credentials, what all I got, what all this stuff going on. I already know that. And if for some reason, I know I've said this many a times on different written posts, videos, and if somebody does not understand where I'm coming from, then I'm not for them. I learned a long time ago that I am not for everybody when I tried to force myself to be for everybody. I really did. All these folks should love me and like me because I said so, and because I know how to do this, I know how to do that. But what I know is that everybody's not going to do so, and that is okay. Everybody's not going to like the sound of my voice, the message that I have, the way I look, anything. And I'm okay with that. Like I said, that was something that I had to realize and learn. I learned that early on, actually. But like I said, it's definitely not an easy lesson to learn, especially when you're so worried about being judged by everybody else. Yes, I had that for a time. Yes, I'm not saying I'm perfect. Maybe half my life I was worried about that. Like I said, I'm 49. Half my life I can say, yes, I was worried about people judging me and all those types of things, and then me feeling bad because they don't like me, or what did I do, and why they don't love me, why they don't want to be around me, all this kind of stuff. I had to learn that I'm just not for everybody. But I had to learn how to be okay with that as well, and not constantly proving myself to fit in. I don't fit in nowhere, I don't feel like. I never have. To me, I don't. Maybe some places, maybe some folks think I may do because I'm there all the time, or I'm participating, doing all these things. I just don't feel deep down that I fit in every single place that I go. Right now, I'm not sure I fit in anywhere. Probably just at home. My own family, I guess. But other than that, I don't feel like I have that support system yet where I can feel like I can fit in and be myself, who I am. I put it that way. And like I said, what I know, trying to prove myself and trying to fit in, like I said, that just did not work for me. I'm not saying I don't care about those things. I don't care about fitting in. Well, actually, I can't say I don't care about. But I mean, at this point, I don't care about it for real. I guess to be honest. Yes, I care about having a support system and loving on people and people loving on me and that kind of thing. But I cannot force nobody to do so by proving myself. By forcing myself to fit in with people. Like I said, that's the most, as I look back on it, that was the most, I can't say crazy, because of course I needed that support and people to love me and feel like they want to be around me and all these types of things, but I know when it's not real too. Unfortunately, like I said, I definitely picked up on that. I guess my intuition is very, very strong. But like I said, definitely I had to realize that some of those folks were just doing that just because they didn't have my back when it came down to be for real. And like I said, I had to understand that and realize that. But like I said, I'm okay with that. Because like I said, I know I'm not for everybody. And I don't have to prove myself to everybody. The people that know me, that follow me, that's in my family, that know what I've done, those types of things, they know who I am too. To a certain extent, I guess. Because nobody really knows 100% who you are unless you're you. That's it. But like I said, they know kind of like I said, my beliefs, my values, all those types of things. And for those that never picked up on it, that I was trying to prove myself to, sorry for them, that's okay. They have no idea the person that they walked away from, that they talked about, that they wanted to shun, or whichever the case may be. And like I said, I'm not worrying about it now. Back in the day, yes, I did. Like I said, it's definitely hard to not feel that you don't have to prove yourself to anybody, because you feel like you're leaving out people that can get to know you and all those types of things. You feel like you are not getting the friendship and the love that you want because you haven't told everybody what you do. I guess I put it that way. And who you are, so that they can say, oh my God, look at what she did. Or look at what he did. You have to keep proving yourself to people. You don't need to be around them people. Obviously, they're not picking it up, what you're putting down. And they can probably care less about it if that's the case. Especially if you've told them more than one. Well, I'll give them leeway more than 2 or 3 times. I know that may sound harsh, but like I said, as I see it now as a 49-year-old woman, almost 50, that is what I've picked up on in my entire life, I guess I put it that way, of trying to prove myself to people who did not care. But the ones who did, they of course stuck around. Still my girls, still my guys, whichever the case may be. But just know that you don't have to prove yourself to somebody just to fit in. You will find those people along the way, and I'm still looking for those people, or will find those people along the way as well. But I know that you got to put yourself out there as well in order to find that support system that you feel that you don't have to prove yourself to, and that you feel that you fit in with. I'm not saying that it's easy, but you can definitely find those people. But just know you don't have to prove yourself to anybody. Like I said, you know who you are, and I hope that the videos that I provided on my channel can help you understand better who you are by me telling my story and telling you who I am. And knowing that it's okay to, of course, express yourself and to speak your truth. I hope that the videos I have, are coming across like that. I hope they are. If they're not, let me know in the comments. I take constructive criticism very well. Let me know in the comments. Like I said, I just hope that you understand that you ain't got to prove yourself to nobody. Know who you are, number 1. And know whose you are for number 2. Everybody does not believe in God. I understand that, but I do. So I know whose I am. I know that. I'm a spitting image of God, I guess I put it that way. I know whose I am, and I know who I am. It took me a long time to figure out who I was and to be okay with that and not be ashamed and feel guilty about who I am and who I want to be in life. It's changed a few times as I've grown, as I've educated myself, as I learned lessons and that kind of thing. That's okay. It will change. It's going to change for all of us. A few times in life, I'm pretty sure. But just know, as long as you know those 2 things, whose you are and who you are, you're going to be okay. You ain't got to prove yourself to nobody. God already knows who you are. Just know that. So with that, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get out this car because I got to get myself back into work as well. But I just want to share this message with somebody today, and I hoped that this message came across the way I wanted it to come across. I guess I put it that way as well. To know that, to let you know that it's okay, that you don't have to prove yourself. Just continue working on yourself and improving yourself to be the best. Whatever your name is, Tonetta is my name. Whatever your name is, that you can be. Because I got faith in you that you can, regardless as to what those naysayers have told you. How much they put you down, talked about you. I've been talked about. Jesus was too. Everybody was talked about that who tried to improve themselves. Because folks thought they were trying to be too good for them all of a sudden. And only when you're trying to improve yourself, that's when you get those things. Stepping outside of your comfort zone. Stepping outside of your the life that you thought you were going to live. And trying to become the better person to, of course, like I said, to love more yourself, to bring yourself more joy, more whatever it is, relationships, whatever it is. Just know that it's okay to improve yourself. And I know, like I said in the beginning of this video, yes, some folks are going to have problems with that. They had problems with me too. They had problems with Jesus too, and everybody else. You ain't the only one. Trust me, you ain't by yourself. They're going to have problems with you, but you know, once you start having those problems with those people, you hopefully would know what to do at that point. Whether you're going to stay around them or leave them alone. Or love them from a distance. I guess I put it that way. Because you ain't got to excommunicate everybody. You can, of course, love from a distance, say hi, bye, be done, and you ain't got to sit there and talk to them, have a whole conversation, but you can still love them from a distance. Like I said, I hope this video came across that you learned something today, and that you, of course, something I said you picked up on that you can, of course, put in your life. Like I said, let me know in the comments what that thing was, and let me know if this touched you in any kind of way as well. And what you took from this video today, and how you're going to improve yourself soon. I know you are. If you're looking at me on this video, I'm sure you are already doing that too. And I commend you for doing so, because it's a big step that if you want to have a happier life and a better life, successful life, that's definitely a big step to start improving yourself. Just know that it's okay and be unapologetic about it. Peace out, y'all. I'll see y'all in my next video. Like I said, let me know in the comments what you took from this video today. And like I said, let me know one way that you're going to start improving yourself this week. One way I'm going to do so is start giving myself grace. Because I'm very hard on myself. So start giving myself grace. That's what I'm going to start improving myself with this week. And that's something that I can just work on. I don't have to make a big deal about it, that kind of thing. But like I said, that's definitely something I'm working on this week, giving myself grace. So let me know in the comments what you're working on. So peace out, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. Make sure that you, of course, subscribe to the channel if you like this message today. If you ain't seen the videos in the past, as I always say, go check them out too. Peace out, y'all, and have a good one.